another fun time. So, I get to go see Scarlett and her goats again. This is exciting. I love those little goats. And I get to take you as well. So it's a nice day. The sun is out just at this very moment. It's not going to stay out for long. It's going to come and go, they say. The sun will stay where it is, but the clouds will come and go in front of it. Oh, you know what just happened? I was in town, and I know there's a river in town, and I was taking a different route. I was kind of trying to avoid the main drag because there was so many cars and there's just a lot going on. And so I wanted to go the back way, and so I was trying to remember all the roads, which I don't use all the time, but I have used, and so I was trying to remember them all. Anyway, and I came to this spot and I looked at this house and it was like, wow, that house, I've kayaked in the river, and that house is on this side up at the top of the hill. And I looked at it and I wondered, now why is it that I can tell that this spot is by the river? And it's because I could see into the distance, and you can't usually see into the distance because there's things in the way. But if there's a river, then you get this valley and you can see across the valley. And anyway, so you can sort of see it, but I think that it's not very obvious. So I don't think you would just see it. Maybe you can. I mean, I can see that these houses beside me are on the edge of a valley. And I realized as I sat there and looked at that house that it was just like a house in Athens. You know, in Athens, Georgia, that's what the houses look like, the bungalow or the ranch house, and a lot of these modern long bungalows. Anyway, and it reminded me of how much I liked living on the side of a river. And it was more than being down at the river, sitting in the tree, hanging my legs up, which was indeed the best of anywhere to live in the world. And yet it was the slope. And there was something about the slope. And all my life, I walked to school up and down that road, and behind those houses was that drop-off. And I knew the river below it because I had tubed in it. I mean, we used to go tubing in the summer. We'd get these great big inner tubes from trucks, and we would blow them up if they weren't already blown up just perfectly. One moment, please. There we go. Now there's no traffic again. I have to be careful. I don't be a distracted driver. That's why I can't look at you. But you know, when you're driving, you're talking anyway, right? Like if you're driving with other people, somebody's talking and somebody's listening, and it's often me talking because one time I was bored. I was carving up a deer, and Willem was around doing nothing. In my opinion, it was just something not important. And I said, Willem, could you come over here and talk to me? He said, of course. Of course, dear. Yes, dear. And he said, my Sacha. Anyway, so he would come over and stand beside me, and I would, so I was cutting up this deer. Things I got myself into. Anyway, so I said, can you talk to me? And can we talk about something I'm interested in? And he said, okay, let's talk about you. That's very funny. If only I could be a stand-up comedian. But it's hard when you're in the joke, and it's rather embarrassing but funny because it's so bad. Where's that water? I have water here. I thought it slid down somewhere. I think I'm going to eat an orange because my father taught me young. Now get this, my father taught me. So this thing that he taught me was therefore of great importance and of utmost need to know, okay? So he taught me how to drive with using your knee on the steering wheel. And of course, in this day of this day of great concern about distracted driving and having accidents because you're not paying attention. You know, if you have your knee there, you have both hands and you have your knee. Your knee becomes a third secure. I mean, you try it. You force your knee against your steering wheel and it's not going anywhere. So, in a way, I think that I'm a better driver because I also use my knee. If necessary, because there are often times when you don't have your hand on the steering wheel, when you're distractedly running your hand through your hair, or when you're adjusting the radio, or when you're adjusting the heat and you're putting your hand up to check and see how it's coming out, or you're eating with both hands. Sorry, you're in the way there, and I had to check what this is a 60 zone, 60 kilometers an hour, which is about 30. I think I could be. It's 35 miles an hour. So the plot thickens. The Ottawa protests, now in their 11th day, I think. Maybe it's 12th, I'm not sure. I'm going to Scarlett's. I'm gonna go and see her and her. You're gonna be there with all of your friends. We're gonna be there too. It's a beautiful road here. It's just beautiful. Turn you around. It's not turning around. So that means it's not working anymore. Okay, so I guess I'll go. I love you guys. Bye-bye.